Shabbat Shalom. Nice new sound, huh? Great system. So last week when I apologized that I thought I was getting sick, unfortunately I was right. So I apologized even more so because we're dealing with bronchitis. Sorry. Appreciate your bearing with me. Because of that, I'm going to be cutting back, big surprise, on a lot of the musical settings. And in fact, when we come to V'Avta, we'll read it in English. And when we get to the Kiddush, John, if you'll come on down with Leo, and the two of you all can do a duet after he does the introduction, I would appreciate it. Shabbat Shalom. There have been some very promising moments for us Jews this past century. Yesterday, we commemorated the 80th anniversary of D-Day, a pivotal time for ultimately ending the Holocaust. Fast forwarding to June 1967, the Six-Day War ultimately ended with Eretz Yisrael, the land of Israel, acquiring significant territory. Then, on July 9th, just a month after the Six-Day War in June of 1967, Leonard Bernstein, Isaac Stern, and the New York Philharmonic came and performed an outdoor concert on Mount Scopus in Jerusalem. Miracles do happen. May we witness a new such miracle in the immediate future for Am Yisrael and for us all. Shabbat Shalom. And tonight, we invite Linda Righteous down as we turn to page 120 in Mishkan Tefillah and one in your home siddur.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Let's continue reading together. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu v'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat. We continue on the middle of page 124 responsively. May the door of this synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship. May the door of this synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity. May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness. And together on page 128, Hine ma tov manai, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov manai, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Ma Tov. Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Ma Tov Manayim. Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. May these Shabbat hours of rest and renewal, now begun, open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise for us all. We're going to continue on page 144, and we're going to take advantage of my lack of singing and actually read what we were chanting about for the Chatzi Kaddish, page 144 together. Exalted and hallowed be God's great name in the world which God created according to plan. May God's majesty be revealed in the days of our lifetime and the life of all Israel, speedily, to which we say, blessed be God's great name to all eternity. Blessed, praised, honored, exalted, extolled, glorified, adored, and lauded be the name of the Holy Blessed One. Beyond all earthly words and songs of blessing, praise, and comfort, to which we say, Amen, and rise for the Baruch Hu. Responsively, always. Baruch Hu. Responsively. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamavorach. Baruch Adonai Hamavorach Le'olam Va'ed. Please be seated. Maybe for my birthday we'll get that right. Okay, page 149 and just page 149 at the top. Together, praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. The tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'ma'ari v'aravim. And on page 150, together in the middle, everlasting love you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Adonai, our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Together in the middle of page 154, you shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments and be holy to your God. I am Adonai, your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai, your God. Adonai Elohim Emet. On page 157 and page 4. Standing on the parted shores of history together, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot. That there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. La 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 la, ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nada b'kodesh, nora tehilot osefele, nora tehilot osefele. Malchutecha ra'u vanecha, bokei hayam lefnei Moshe. Ze'ili anu ve'amru, ze'ili anu ve'amru. Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Thus it is said, Adonai redeemed Jacob from a hand stronger than his own. Praised are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. And on page 161 in the middle and page 5 at home, give us a place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over all. Baruch atah Adonai, ha-poris tokat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. It's a good thing this week. It's the first of the month. It's time to celebrate those with birthdays and anniversaries this month. Who do we have that's here tonight with a June birthday and or June anniversaries? No one's admitting it? Oh my goodness. Yes. Yay, stand up. And let's sing Shehechianu to them and to all those at home that are with us. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Amen. Thank you. And now, as we turn to page 164 and rise for our silent tefillah, and we'll catch up together on page 180. Ose shalom bimramav. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'imru, imru, amen. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. And now it's time to offer up our prayers for those in need of healing. Healing in body, healing in mind, healing in spirit, healing for those taking care of those. Tonight we've been especially asked to offer prayers for Leah Jacobson, Joan Thompson, Bert Thompson, Bert Posner, Arthur Doxer, Tony Pinto, Freda Rosef, Stephen Roberts, Irv Pavlo, Marvin Klein, Jonathan Greenfield, Bob Wood, Jean D'Onofrio, Ron Dwaron, Dave Gordon, Albert Behrman, Stephen Feriazzi, Robert D'Onofrio, Talora Bat Shira, Mauricio Mena, Morgan Frazier, Ann Corbin, Alan Quartarero, Marcia Argyris, Joe Schrader, Nick Hewitson, John Vernon, Jill Birch, Stan Klein, Hyla Monasterio, Julie Fitzgerald, Susan Donahue, Margaret Gallivan, Deborah Posner, Alexander Zito, Ruth Ann Ludolph. Any names you'd like to add, please? Thank you. Arnold? Heather?
Dan West and Valerie Becker.
Mitch? Anyone else? Oh. Thanks. Then we turn to the middle of page 371 and join in Debbie Friedman's setting of Misha Berach. Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Limotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Berach Mekor HaBracha L'Avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. Leo, if you would come down and read the introduction to the Kiddush for us. And then John, if you'll join in and two of you all do a duet for us. Leo? Oh, it's you? Oh, goodness. Then Frank, come on down. Yay.
The seventh day is consecrated to the eternal God. On Shabbat, eternal sign of creation, we remember that we are created in the divine image. We therefore raise the cup in thanksgiving. Let's continue together. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pari hagafen. A duet?
Yeah.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvosav v'ratzavanu, v'shavas kodsho v'yachavo v'ratzon hinkilanu, zicharon l'maseh bereishis, ki hu yom tehilo l'mikroi kodesh, zecher l'sios l'mikraim. V'yonu kodashto, v'yosonu kidashto, mikol amim, v'shabas kodshiko, v'yachavo uvrotzon, hinchaltonu, baruch atah Adonai, mikadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim.
And Frank, if you would just do us the favor of slicing away.
Go ahead. Do it.
And come on down. Certainly visitors and anybody else, come on down for some challah. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'ah.
Oh, thank you.
You sounded very nice.
Well, it's worth what you paid for it. This is stale all off.
I'll take some on this side. I think you have enough of them.
It's stale.
I know, but I still should walk around.
Yeah. Anybody's gonna want it, but it's not the holiday girls are making.
I think it was in the freezer too long. Two more pieces. I've had a lot of people on that side. I don't know if they'll take it.
Well, and they're good French toast.
Thank you, Madam Hostess. Not that the author would ever know, but starting a new book always presents me with a bit of anxiety. If I haven't read it before, will I like it and how much? You won't tell the author, I trust. And if I have already read it, is it really worth rereading? Tonight, together, we once again are beginning the book of Numbers, or in the real Hebrew, Bamidbar, which means in the wilderness. Now, this poor book gets the worst rap. Numbers, numbers, and more numbers. Boring. Yet, without these numbers, we would have virtually no idea of the quantity and or size of just about everything regarding the Hebrews. And since all of the photographs from biblical times died at the Dead Sea, these bits of info are critical to begin to imagine how things really were back then. So ultimately, counting things is a big deal. And that then leads to our being able to count on things, and not just inanimate things like our telephones. Yes, each of us, like it or not, does count on others, on other people. While this week's parashah tells us that following God's directive to Moses and Aaron in one instance, the Hebrews were to count on some 625,825 of their males for varied responsibilities. Today, nothing is that simple. Age nor gender is not prescribed in its defining responsibility. Now, I suspect that in reality it was not quite that cut and dried back then either. However, it is clearly not at all that simple today. Good news, bad news. While it's very helpful to know exactly who's responsible for what, in reality, all too often, the one formally designated as the responsible party isn't actually our idea of responsible. Shocking, I know. I could really, really go on with this. Ethics of one's being dependable, but since an oneg and sleep and my throat need their share tonight of the best of the rest of the night, let me just quickly close by recapping that the book of Numbers does, in fact, offer us very valuable insights, which, in fact, can be gleaned absolutely nowhere else. And when you have someone, way more importantly, when you have someone on whom you can count, be sure to make sure that they know that you appreciate their place in your life. Numbers count, and numbers count. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Greetings from our board of directors and a few announcements. We welcome visitors worshiping with us tonight, and we invite you to stay on hand for the Oneg Shabbat following services. Tonight's Oneg was coordinated by Mary Pinto, Heather Greenfield, Linda Reitzes, and Beth Weinberg. Our flowers were donated and arranged by Heather Greenfield. Current details of everything going on in congregational life can be found on our website, in the monthly newsletter, The Messenger, and in the semi-weekly email notifications we send out. Remember that next Monday night bingo will be Monday, July 1st. The 4th of July flyer is around the building on our website. So remember the barbecue on the 4th of July. Please RSVP by June 26th. Tickets are $30 per person. Bubby's Bakery will be on Sunday, November 24th, and we're looking for sponsors and volunteers to assist. Sponsorship is $100. The Women's Book Club 24-25 schedule is on the website. The office is selling memorial yard-site candles if you should have a need. Anthony Pinto Jr.'s honey is on sale at the office for $15, and a portion of the sale goes to the temple. Do not forget to bring in food for those in the community who are less fortunate when you come on Fridays, or leave a donation. And now, as we move to conclusion of tonight's service, I invite our final honoree, Mary Pinto, to join me. Please reopen your prayer books to page 586 and rise together for Elenu.
Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol, la'teit gedula li'otzer b'reshit, shelo asanu k'goyei ha'aratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. Please be seated. It is a fearful thing to love what death can touch, a fearful thing to love, hope, dream, to be, and oh, to lose. A thing for fools this, and a holy thing to love. For your life has lived in me, your laugh once lifted me, your word was gift to me. To remember this brings a painful joy. 'Tis a human thing, love, a holy thing, to love what death has touched. Tonight, we're in the Shloshim period for Stanley Stein and Ruth Ducauer, and yahrzeits for Maurice Atkin, Harold Brownstein, Floyd Emmert, Shari Farber-Tritt, Barney Goldrich, Wilbur Gross, Irvin Kallu, Molly Levins, Hyman Levin, Stanley S. Leuenberg, Sally Lipschitz, Fred Ostro, Sheila Phillips, Samuel Rick, Israel Shapiro, Dr. Harry L. Sherman, Ann Skolnick, Dr. Charles Winter, and Dr. Elliot Ziegelbaum. Are there any other names you'd like, please?
Edward Croft.
We turn to page 598 and rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba, be'alma divrach yerutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chaye chon u'vyomei chon u'b'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kari v'imru, Amen. Yehei shemei Rabba mevarach le'alam u'lalmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudsha borichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush birchata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shamaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael Ve'imru, Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to the bereaved. And let us say, Amen. Please be seated. And let's go ahead and give page 626 a shot. And page 11 at home. Ein Keloheinu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemalkeinu, Ein Kemoshienu, Micheloheinu, Michadonenu, Michemalkeinu, Michemoshienu, Nodel Eloheinu, Nodel Adonenu, Nodel Malkeinu, Nodel Moshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu, Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu. Shabbat Shalom. It was ready for tonight, and then it was,